Um, how do I do this? Let's follow everybody first. Okay, we're trying to find the matches of the players, but I'm not sure how to find it on chess.com. Let's see. Let's try to follow. Follow the penguin. The penguin. 2004. Flash follow. Lazy. Alright, so these are the 4 players playing today. Let's see if we can figure out how to watch their matches. Andy, I don't know how to find them. I don't know how to watch the matches. I don't see it. Yeah. Okay, so here are the matches. Let's pick Lazy Mongoose's game to start with. So this is Pete Crowley playing for Duke on the black side. And it looks like this is some sort of Scandinavian opening. And at first glance, black has pretty solid position, has good position for the rooks and pretty good activity. The knight's coming into d5, the rook's probably going to slide over to c8. The queen is a little bit in a weird place since the retreat squares are covered, but the c7 will open up and the bishop moves. White probably, oh wow, white moves forward to e5. I would think rook c8 is pretty natural here. There it is. Maybe some sort of flight square. Oh, okay. So white's just trying to trade some pieces to release the tension. Probably a good idea. Black doesn't have to take this. He could, again, play like h6 or maybe a6, just sort of chill. Taking's also fine. Even though black's position looks pretty nice here, it's hard to really see a lot of active plans. I mean, you like to pop the knight over here or something, but the bishop's actually pretty strong on e5, so he does decide to take. And he'll maybe follow it up with knight f6. Although, maybe even bishop f6, because this bishop on e5 is kind of annoying. I think Pete likes to keep pieces on the board, so maybe he'll just play something a bit more cagey. You could also think about moving the queen, hitting the b pawn, putting some pressure on the knight. Yeah, this position seems pretty tame. Maybe we'll switch over to look at another person's game. This is not a B team player. Alright, let's see how Andy's going. Oh, this looks nice for white. He has very strong pawn center. black is going to have a hard time castling because there's going to be a lot of pressure on h7, f7. The queen, you'd like the bishop to be on d3, staring down, but the queen's solid there too. Yeah, and you can see the engine bar. White's close to winning here. Rook b1, bishop b2. Bishop b2, it's a little bit less active, blocks the b file, but I wonder if he wants to play some sort of bishop reroute, target the king. That's the other thing. Bishop b2, it sort of takes the bishop off of its best diagonal. King h1. I feel like white's starting to drift a little. Now black has some more active ideas. Knight a5 maybe. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, there it is. White can never really get this knight into the game. Maybe knight d2, knight e4. But this knight c4 is kind of annoying, hitting the bishop, forced to go back. I mean, maybe here you just play like rook e1 and then drop back, and you say at least your rooks are connected. But yeah, I think white's lost a good bit of the advantage here. Has to be careful. So you could see, I mean, the knight on c4, bishop on d5, via c6. You could see, okay, knight d2, that's a good move. Stopping knight c4 for the moment, prepping knight e4. I like, okay, a6, trying to get b5. I think I would have preferred bishop c6. Although maybe bishop c6 he's worried about c4. So, but still c4 can be played. I think c4 makes a lot of sense. Shutting off the d5 square, sort of stranding the knight over here. If not, I mean, rook c1. He's prepping c4, but he could have just played c4, I feel. Now b5 comes. Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling black might get some good play here. White's position was really, really strong when we came to this game. But I think starting at bishop b2, it started to go a little wrong. Because you really, I mean, the bishop, it does a good job on c1. Some sacks if h6 is played. Then, okay, b5 is played. Wow, and the evaluation, no, that's just from the old position. Let's see what he does. c4, yeah, c4, maybe. Can it still be played? Takes, but then there's bishop b5. So now c4 can't be played. And black's still, well, I don't know if black wants to play knight c4 either. Maybe black. Okay, rook h3. I like that move. Trying to get active. Yeah, maybe we'll switch over to one of the other games. Oh, it looks like we've got some time trouble in Pete's game. Let's switch back over here, see what's happening. Whoa. This is nuts. Oh, white's just winning. You can't even take the queen. Oh, well, yeah, I think black's just got an exchange at best. Pete's probably gonna resign soon. Let's switch. Oh, what? That's just total capitulation. Alright, so that's the first loss for the B team. Pete wasn't able to pull it out. And he was up 300 points, so that's a tough loss. Let's switch to this game. Looks like Veronica's way down in time also. And wow, this is looking dangerous. A lot of pressure on g2. But how does black take advantage? You want to play something like this to try to build up the pressure. Oh, see now? Oh, h3 is coming. Queen f2 is probably forced. h3. Can you play some sort of... King h2 was played. He's taking... Oh, nice. Can't take the rook because queen. Oh, now it's just over. That hard to tell what was happening with the time trouble, but it seemed like white maybe could have saved it for a minute there, but very tough to play with less than 10 seconds on the clock. So, yeah, we'll switch over. It looks like this game's not too interesting. Let's see if we can check out the last game of the round. Oh, and it just ended. Wow. So let's see. We can go over this one. Looks like there aren't many interesting games left, so maybe we'll review this one and see what happened. So we have Smith-Mora. It's all pretty standard. There's a lot of theory. Knight a5, is that the move here? I don't really know the theory, but yeah, it looks like the engine approves. Oh, this, wow. Bishop d5, that's a wild move. So, oh, and he doesn't take. This must be, okay. Oh, I don't know, chess.com might not like me analyzing. So if he takes, I guess we take with the pawn. I guess, but I don't really have a great feel for these positions. Seems like black's just okay here. I mean, you could see if there's some sort of rook d1 and d6, but can black not just play d6 and stop everything? Well, in any case, let's see. So bishop f4 was played. He takes with the bishop. Knight takes d6. And I guess black doesn't even feel the need.
You
got
it?
I think so.
Okay, nice. I won.
Oh, you won?
Yeah, I won.
Wait.
I was playing the 2000.
Oh, I was looking at your game for a while. Let's see what happened. Can I still spectate? Yeah. Alright, and we have one of the team members here for an interview.
It was a sacrifice. It was
Wow.
a crazy game.
So we were here at the beginning. We were watching. We saw your position.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Around here. And we weren't so sure about bishop b2. But your position still looked solid. I wanted c4 here.
Yeah, I was looking at c4, but there's like weird... There was weirdness. I was worried about b5.
Oh, we got a new game.
Wait, go back to me.
Alright.
Let's finish it off.
Okay, let's see what happened. I left around this point. Rook f3 was nice. Bishop c6. Putting some pressure. Knight e4.
Stockfish disapproves, but yeah. I don't give a fuck about Stockfish.
What is this? StupidChess.com.
We're not sponsored, so we can say whatever we want on the website.
Yeah, if it were up to me, we'd be playing on Lead Chess. But okay, avoiding the queen trade, trying to get queen h6. Bruh. Oh my gosh.
Go faster.
Alright, we'll go faster. Alright, h5. Oh, the sacrifice. Is it sound? Queen h6 coming? Oh, it's over. But king f7?
King f7 and then...
King f7 takes on f6.
The queen is hanging.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, I was so proud.
Queen e4. Did you just take it?
Yeah, nice. And then it's just the queen up from there.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
this is nice.
And then I had bishop a3 skewering the rook too.
Alright, well,
I'll see you
it looks like the games are starting. Yeah. Good luck on your next one. Let's update the scoreboard. Oh man. I should have updated it quicker. Okay, it looks like, I'm not sure if it looked like Veronica was losing. So, let's just see. Alright, I'm pretty sure she was losing there. So we'll say Looks like Alejandro won. Uh-oh, how do I change this? We need to get Andy back in here to help me with the technical issues. I'll just update the score after the next one. Hopefully Andy will come back. Okay, well we can start looking at Veronica's game. This looks like some sort of Dutch structure. I don't know how we got here. Let's see. How do I view the watch? Okay, here we go. So, how did we get here? Okay, pretty passive setup for white, but not too terrible. Oh, I'm surprised. Usually in these things, white tries to play f4, but I guess since black had the pawn on d6, you can't really establish control of e5 anyway. Yeah, this looks very comfortable for black. A lot of options. Knight e4 makes a lot of sense. You can strike with e5 or c5. I kind of lean towards e5 if you want to push in the center, but I think knight e4 makes more sense. Just bring the rooks, bring the knight, maybe try to shift the queen over. And white's, I think, gonna have a tough time getting much action on the queen side. Yeah, so knight f6 is played. Very solid move. Now you always have the choice of taking and bring your other knight in if you want to liquidate a little. She does. Which I think makes sense. These positions, it's kind of fun to play g5, although probably not justified. Rook d8. I don't really super understand the point of that move, but maybe if you play e5 at some point, the d file will open up. See, now white feels pretty solid. Probably just, yeah, it looks like it's just equal. You could play some knight g5, try to get some pressure. That's kind of interesting move. Yeah, but I think, probably white should just not mess with that. Play knight d2. Because if you take, then, black has pressure on g2. You never want to play g3 with this bishop there. So, maybe you could play e4, but it could get a little dangerous. So I feel like knight d2 makes a lot of sense here. Just not allowing the queen to come into the game. Yeah, this seems pretty static. Let's see. We didn't get to look at Alejandro's game for too long, so let's see. Oh, and he's just winning material. Free piece. He's deciding which way to take it. It's a good choice to have. So how did we get here? Oh my gosh. This is lack of awareness right here from black. You gotta see knight d5. So yeah, knight d5. This is over. He takes with the knight. Probably doesn't matter. Oh well, now he's gonna get mated or something. How do you even stop this? Queen e3. I don't even see a move. It's plus 13, so yep, and there it is. Queen h6 coming. I actually don't even see how to stop checkmate, but apparently there's some miracle. Okay, and black resigns. Good start for Alejandro, 2-0. I think he also had a pretty strong day last week, so looking like good play from Alejandro so far. So let's see. This game looks pretty good for black on first glance, but not that interesting. This looks pretty crazy. Let's switch to Pete's game. And, okay. Wow, king e2. So what's happening here? I feel like black is... I mean, I actually kind of like white here, despite the king on e2, just because... what's the pawn count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So white's up a pawn here. Black does have pressure. Wow, now it likes the computer is shifting towards black. What's the idea here? Oh, do you... I'm not sure. I still kind of feel good about white. I mean, do you take here? That just can't be right. Maybe you just... White's playing d6 if you're not careful. So you really have to do something active. You could maybe play bishop c5, but I don't really believe in that move. What are the options here? So the good thing about black's position is white can't really get the king to safety. So that does give some options. Oh, it seems like we've disconnected. Let's refresh. How do I refresh? There we go. I think I'm gonna have to refollow everybody. So bear with me for a moment. Not Bughouse. Switch to standard. Can we still see it? Oh, we still have it. Alright, let's go back to Pete's game. Rook c3, that's a smart move. I didn't see that. Okay, so queen d2 makes a lot of sense. But now, yeah, this is the idea. So now white's king is really boxed in. You can't block, you have to go to e1, and then you have a lot of options. I mean, queen c4 is pretty natural, just ganging up on the c2 pawn, and that's played. Although Stockfish, there must have been some tactic here. I didn't see it either. Maybe you just take on a3 and then you're threatening bishop b4 and then the a pawn. That's probably a good alternative. But queen c4, very natural. You have takes, you have this as a threat. Or maybe this isn't really a threat because king d1 can just be played. But white needs to find a good move here. d6, saying, I don't even care. Play rook takes c2. And the idea might be, no, d7 definitely doesn't work. Or does it? d7, you can't play here because of bishop b6. But you can play here, there, there, there. Oh, this is like a draw. That's pretty cool. If he finds that, that'd be a great defense. So I think the reason why this is giving 0-0 is white can play d7, forcing king f8, promote, takes, queen takes, king g7, and then we're just gonna shuffle between f6 and d8. Yep, and it's gonna be on the board. That's a crazy line. And black, I mean, it looked like black was just cruising. But this is a very nice resource. And I don't know why black's thinking, because if you go there, you're just gonna lose. So that would be a bit of a... Oh, wait, what? Dude, oh my gosh. And now it's just over. Has to give up the queen. Should resign shortly. Let's switch. Veronica. Everybody's low on time these days. Let's see Andy. We started with Veronica. Andy's position. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Okay. The pawn count is even. Black's king, or white's king, is a little exposed. So I feel like in a time scramble, black has a pretty solid position. E5 played. Yeah, see now the queen's gonna come in, I think. Or the rook. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, he's trying to do this, but it just doesn't work. He could have just played rook b8, defending everything. Now white's up in exchange, maybe more. Oh, but there's mate. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Okay, why did it spike here? There must be some... Wow, I don't really see. Black's supposed to be winning here. Maybe you just move the knight. Okay, well, it's going too fast. I gotta keep with the action. So, oh, there's... Wow. Okay, so white is still pushing for the advantage, but it looks like Andy's gonna save this one. That was a miraculous save by Andy. He was cooked. Let's see. Now this should be a draw. Very soon. Nothing much to play for. White can bring the king. Yeah, this works too. Here, you should bring the king. It probably doesn't matter, but might as well. Yep. And very shortly we'll see the draw. So let's see. Let's switch to Veronica's. I think Andy's gonna draw that one. Veronica is just totally winning. She's up a queen. And we'll probably see rook a7 here. This works also. Threatening to win the rook. Now rook a7. Okay, well, there are a lot of ways to do it from here. And black resigns. So, looked like a good round. Let's see. What happened with Pete in that game? I already forgot. Oh yeah, Pete won. So we were 3.5 out of 4. The one draw being from Andy. So, alright. If he comes in here, we can update the scoreboard, but I'm not exactly sure how to do that. So, we'll just wait till the next game start. But some very interesting games that round. I thought, especially Pete's game, was very cool. Nice tactic. I don't know what this guy was thinking, playing king d8 though. Bishop b6 was a killer. But yeah, I'm sort of curious. So, alright. Here. Wait, where was it? Okay, so here's where black had something good, or was it queen c4? Yeah, queen c4 it didn't like. So I'm wondering if just rook takes a3 is crushing, because you're threatening bishop b4, and you're threatening the rook. So white pretty much has to just take. And then there's some queen b1, a pawn, but that's hard to see. Alright, we got a text from Andy. He says make sure to update the scores, but I don't know how to update the scores, so maybe he'll come in here and explain it to me. Maybe I can try to figure it out. Alright. No, it's not worth it. I don't know how. Oh, it must be on some Excel sheet. But I'm not sure how to get there. Well, have the game started? It looks like the games haven't started yet. Unless it's because I'm not following them anymore. Let's see. I can see who I'm following. Dash follow. Okay, so I do need to refollow. Hopefully I didn't miss too much. lazy mongoose. Oh, I didn't do slash follow. Slash follow lazy mongoose. Slash follow Andy dash E. Slash follow what is V Penguin? V Penguin 2004 and slash follow Alejandro. What is his username? I'll have to check. Phoenix Knight. Phoenix Knight. And it looks like Andy didn't get followed, so Andy dash follow Andy dash B. Alright, so why didn't that work? Follow Andy dash. Okay, there we go. So in this game, we can start looking at Pete's game. We've got a Banco with B6, E6. I don't know the theory here. This is some sort of Banco and what's it called? Bloomingfeld Gambit combo. It seems like white has a pretty nice position, strong center. So white needs to guard d5. Or actually no, he has enough protectors. Still bishop c4 is natural, knight f3. This is the kind of position that I don't play very well as white, I think. So maybe I'll learn a thing or two from how this guy plays it. Knight f3, very natural. Black needs to develop somehow. I don't know the way you usually do it. Maybe you play bishop e7. Maybe you play d6. Yeah, d6. Oh, and now it just blew up. So white has something here. Can we find it? I mean, taking in bishop c4 looks... But then e4 is hanging. Maybe bishop c4 right away. Stockfish says this is plus 2.8. Yeah, bishop c4 is natural, but there must be a good move here. Let's see if we can find it. Is e5 or something working? I don't think so. Takes. Then bishop c4. Attacking e6. That looks pretty good, honestly. That might be a little stronger. But bishop c4 is natural. Black needs to be very careful here not to get into trouble. Maybe even you think about closing it up, because this bishop is going to be a beast if white gets to take on e6. So, as sad as it is, I think you have to really consider playing e5 here. Other options, and you have to deal with this threat. So, you don't really have, I mean, you could... Oh, wow. Okay, so he tries a tactical solution, but with my knowledge of the engine, I don't think it's going to work. So, I mean, first of all, taking on e6 looks absolutely crushing. Although, no. If you take on e6, the knight's guarded, so... So probably you take... I'm actually confused as to that. Oh, the idea is queen b4. Okay. That's the idea. So, but there's just knight d2. Okay, yeah, now white's just up a piece. Unfortunate. I mean, black's position was looking pretty desperate even before. So maybe you can get something going here. Okay, a3. Wow, now the bar's shifting, so a couple of inaccuracies from the white side. Although I'm not really exactly sure. I feel like, okay, queen a5, sure. And now it seems like white should just be able to drop the bishop back. Yeah, a2. Black does have this amoeba in the center controlling a lot of squares, but you really think that it shouldn't be enough. And okay, so maybe we'll let Pete figure this one out and switch to another game. Let's quickly see. We'll go to Alejandro. His games have been concluding quickly, so we might have to go fast to see it. And again, I like Alejandro's position. White has pretty bad bishop on c1, has pressure on c4 in the future. This bishop looks good, but black can trade it off pretty much at any time with bishop b7. Stockfish says this is equal, but I really like black. And yeah, bishop a3 and it's already shifting. So there are a lot of easy moves here. And queen c7's easy move. Bishop a6 targeting c4 is nice. And how do you even defend this pawn? You can play queen e2, but we're just, okay, bishop f1 makes a lot of sense. Although, again, the engine, see, this is where sometimes the engine's hard to trust, because a couple moves ago it said it was equal, but it did not feel equal. And now we're starting to see it shift. So queen e8, trying to shift over to the king side. I like that move. Queen g6. I mean, you kind of want to play knight g4, but I think it can just be met by h3. So probably queen g6. And then you can bring the rook to c8 and put more pressure. Maybe bring this rook. This is just all black here. And also white's about to run out of time. Okay, takes, that's really sad. Also, take with the d pawn. Now you have the d file to work with. The c pawns are doubled. This is just looking really nice. And now, I mean, you can play queen h5 even. And it just seems like a crushing game. What play by Alejandro so far? Despite being rated about the same as most of his opponents, he's just been crushing people today. Okay, so bishop e2 is played. You got all kinds of moves here. Queen h3, knight g4. You could just play queen h6. Okay, you gotta think, yeah, bishop f1, queen h6. And, whoa. Wow, white must have had something for a minute here. e4? Wow. This does not feel like an equal position, but... Okay, knight f3 is played. And again, it seems nice. Oh, the pawn's hanging. Yeah, just take the pawn. And white flags. So another good win for Alejandro. And let's switch over to Veronica maybe, or Andy. Veronica's low on time again, so let's switch here. And white's up 2 pawns here, so should be good. And this queen g3 looks very nice, because white's king is a bit exposed. Oh, well, there's queen e3 still. You could throw in a check. King h1 feels a little passive, allowing something. I don't know what. Queen e3. Okay, now white's putting pressure. Rook c6 makes Makes sense. b4. Now black is tied down a little bit, which makes it easier for white. But it's still not easy to make progress. I mean, you could try pushing the h pawn. Okay, queen b4. Now h3. Okay, it's going too fast. But now black's threatening to take on b5. Still could take. Now it's very unclear. It looked like white had it under control, but the time again is trouble for Veronica. Now this b pawn is coming pretty fast. You could also, you'd like to put your queen on the diagonal to stop the checks, but let's see. Oh, Veronica surely won't go for the draw. Okay, good choice. Now black might be able to... Oh, but the king can run. I think if queen e1, we should run forward. Or to g4. That's probably even smarter because there's no check on g1, so there are no checks. And there's some queen f4 ideas here for white. Oh, now queen f4 is winning. Is it not? Yeah, she finds it. And this should be a winning king and pawn in game, I think. Oh! Wow, it's going back and forth. Now it's just easy. You can't take f4 because the e-pawn queens, so white can just take her time and bring the king back. But there were a lot of jumps happening at the end of that one. Alright, let's switch quickly to Andy's game. See what's going on here. Oh, this game's crazy too. Oh, Andy's game looks to have already finished. I think... I don't know the order of these things. Is this Andy's new game? Oh, he won. So, good performance by Andy as well so far. Oh no, this is his previous game. His new game must have been against this guy. So, maybe we'll check back after. I think one of the games, this game's still going on, so let's switch to that. And Pete is down a rook for a queen, so this should be pretty easily winning with a number of pawns on board. But nothing's easy in the time scramble. So I think white needs to push their pawns. And somehow, how do you win this? You want to bring the king, makes sense. Bring the king, and then eventually you're going to just sort of squeeze black. And at this point, yeah, there's good. Now you can sack. Very clean approach. Now it should be all she wrote. So I do want to switch over really quickly and look at Andy's game and see what happened since white's winning here. And okay, let's just very quickly see what happened. So our opening was a QGD, Shigorn. Black's position looks pretty fine here. Whoa, a lot happened. Okay, black decides to castle queenside. That is a bold choice. Although here it looks solid. Wow. Andy sacked a pawn, but he has a lot of activity. Very weak pawns for black. And he gets his pawn back. The rooks are trying to penetrate, but shouldn't really do much. Very nice position for white now. This is a dream position because these pawns are just so weak. The bishop doesn't have a lot of targets. White's king is active. b3. just trying to put all the pawns on the light squares so they can't be hit by the bishop. King c4 is coming, knight c5. Very nice game. Did allow c5. Probably should not do that. Probably king c4 here is a good move. But b5, okay, smart move. And yeah, I mean, black did seem to get a bit of counterplay here with the active king. The knight's kind of tied down to the defense of the a4 square. Let's see how he manages to convert. Oh, okay, he's taking a3. But now maybe Andy's gonna try. Nope. Okay, looks like new games have started. But good job by Andy. He and Alejandro have been having very strong performances so far. And I wish I could update the score, but it seems like Duke B team is just dominating overall. Big advantage. And this game we have a Joe Bava London. So we have the knight c3, bishop f4. And this is kind of a tricky opening. You have to be a little careful. Knight b5 is premature, I think. A lot of ways to stop that. And it can just be kicked if you want. You don't even need to. You could just leave it. But I think kicking it is kind of nice because if you play bishop b7, then c4 comes. So you need to, knight c7. And it's a bit awkward position for the knight, but black's structurally so solid and white's c-pawn is blocked, so it's a good position for black, I think. Bishop b4 is natural. Bishop e7 is natural. Probably castles. And, okay. You do need to be a little careful. I kind of like, I like that idea. I was just going to say. But knight e5 is a good move. I think the idea with b6 was to play bishop a6, but knight e5 stops that because the c6 pawn is hit. And now white's actually getting a good amount of pressure here. So I don't know where it went wrong. A little bit of passive play with bishop e7. But it's far from over. c5 is a good move. Putting pressure in the center. Knight b5. Okay. If you take, then you have to move your king. But maybe that's not so bad, because otherwise you don't really have a lot of choices here. You could play rook. Can you play rook c8? Rook c8 does allow knight a7. Knight a6 played. Oh, that's a smart move, I think. Getting out of these discoveries if white is able to take on c7. So, I mean, now black can place. Well, still rook c8 doesn't work. It's a bit of a pickle. Okay, c4. Ooh, the engine doesn't like that move. I really feel like you need to get this knight out of there. But I mean, this is scary now. I would not feel comfortable. And, I mean, I don't know if bishop c2 works, but I would be frightened. Okay, h4, slower approach. Taking on e5 makes sense, liquidating. And bishop takes. So, what do you do here? Can you take on h4? Is that real? That would have been very bold. f6, alright. Getting the bishop out of e5. Okay, and it does seem that black is starting to get a little bit more activity, though the position on the king side, you'd really like to trade some more pieces. But the issue is, yeah, it's still a bit awkward because you kind of want to take and then eventually play like bishop d6. But white does get the a file, so it's a bit of a mixed bag. Okay, e5 is played. That's very ambitious. The computer doesn't like it. Maybe because, queen f5 is crushing. Because g6 allows queen e6 and the bishop hangs. Otherwise, if you try to take on b5, we can throw in the intermezzo. And, wow, yeah, this is just toast. Alright, let's see if he finds it. And he does, so maybe that's our cue to switch games. Oh, and one of the games already finished. It was Alejandro again. This dude is on fire. And he wins. Well, let's see. I hope this is the game. Nope, this is an old game. I wish I could see the order that I was following these. Maybe it was this one? Okay, so black's just up a piece. And white decides to give up. We won't spend more time on that one. Let's switch to... Oh, and Andy's game also finished. Wow. The games are going so fast. I think this was Andy's. Oh, and Andy... He was playing so well. Let's see what happened. This looks pretty normal. Some sort of... Oh, what opening? This is an Alekhine. I guess it makes sense. You see these doubled C-pawns. But yeah, this looks very solid. Solid. Something went terribly wrong at some point. Uh-oh. Yeah, f8's a problem. He might not have seen that g2 is covered, so you can take f2, but then you've got nothing. That's sad. I mean, I guess after a4, you had to stay a little bit closer, so you could play queen d6 after knight d7, but that's a tough game. Alright, let's see. We haven't seen Pete's game yet this round, so let's switch over there. And, wow, very exposed king for white. So, what's going on here? Yeah, I mean, bishop f4, or bishop h4 is a threat. And Andy's here. We didn't get to see his game this round, but yeah.
That's for the best.
Yeah, I checked it briefly after. And did you not see that G2 was covered?
No, I thought I was able to get, I mean, I couldn't get back. And
Yeah,
I didn't realize
after
it was,
A4.
yeah.
I mean, you could have, I think you could have.
I think queen e2 was a blunder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Positions.
that was your first loss, right?
Yeah, I went 2.5 out of 4, which is pretty good.
Yeah, very good performance. Maybe we'll get your evaluation on the current position. So we've got Pete here as white, and his pawns on the king side look a little over pushed, but and he's he's way down on time too. What do you think about this position?
I mean, did he just drop a pawn?
There's a trade of knights. Oh, and black's up a pawn. I didn't even realize. Just adding insult to injury. Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. G4. Wow. That is interesting. Is he just gonna run out of time? He's gotta move.
Could be that your internet. It's probably that your.
The internet's not working. Uh-oh. Let's refresh the page. Yeah, that was a tough position, but maybe not a think for 2.5 minutes type position. Alright, let's see. We gotta switch out of Bughouse. And, okay. Oh, so Pete's actually just up like a minute on the clock. And unfortunately, his position still looks very bad. So he's going to take here. Oh, throws in the check. Even better. Now when you take, you're threatening mate on f2.
Is there even anything to do?
So
How do
you can
prevent-
play bishop e. Oh, but then f4 hangs. f4 is hanging. I don't even know. I feel like, yeah, bishop e5. There should be some sort of finishing blow.
I feel like the only way to win here as white is to flag him.
Yeah, I think so too. And he is pretty low on time.
There
so-
is 2 second increment though.
Yeah, this is 2 second increment, 5 plus 2. So, okay, I don't see a killing blow. You do? Okay, he plays bishop a4. Oh,
Looking for
that's a
risk.
nice move.
That's just. I mean, b3 surely.
b3? Let's see.
Yeah, he has to go b3 there, and then.
Yeah, b3 is played. And he takes on e1, rook takes,
Yeah,
I
sure,
think is
rook
forced.
takes.
And what do you do here? Bishop b5.
I mean, at the end of the day, even if nothing happens, black is just up 2 pawns.
Yeah, and I mean all these.
Oh, but the
pawns are
time advantage though. The time advantage might be critical if
Yeah,
black
he's-
can't.
down to 6 seconds. So, this is kind of an easy position. It sort of plays itself for black.
Well,
Just
unless
sit-
white starts attacking.
Yeah, I mean.
That's what I would do. Whoa.
Okay, he did drop, but
No, the queen.
No, the queen's guarding. He must have. See, you shouldn't put your queen in the pin like that. Now, anything could happen. I feel. Rook e4. Oh, where does the bishop go? You have to go here. Unless you can hit the queen again.
b4.
b4.
This is good. No,
No,
you just
the
hang-
bishop's hanging. You have to play bishop c4. And then black gets to liquidate a little bit.
Okay, so Veronica lost as well.
Veronica lost. I didn't know how to change the
It's-
scoreboard.
Don't worry. So we need. Alejandro's opponent hasn't shown up. So if it's a forfeit win, then. If it's a forfeit win, then we win.
Are we not way up?
No, it's 7.5. We started this round with 7.5. So we needed one draw to draw, and one win to win. And I lost. Veronica lost. And if Pete is losing this, then Alejandro needs to draw or win to go to
Oh,
tiebreaks.
wow.
So it's
So a
it's
tough
tense.
last round. Okay. What's happening here?
I mean,
Black.
oh,
Black
he
runs
won on
out of
time! Oh, he won on time!
Wow. Okay, so has Alejandro's game started yet? No. So it might be a forfeit win for Alejandro, in which case he would finish 4-0, I think. So very good play by him. Good play by Pete to stay ahead on the clock, to squeak out this position that looks totally busted. I think black, there was a lot of time trouble. I think this format, 5+2, makes it easy to lose track of your clock. And here, I mean, anything is good for black. Even like rook c8 looks nice, because if you take the rook on c3, the rook on e4 hangs, then c4 is falling and just everything's falling. I mean, rook c8 looks really nice. I don't think you can guard c4. Obviously, if black would have had more time, he would have spotted it. But good play. Oh, we have some commenters. These must have been from a long time ago. But hello, Ben and Chase. Good performance by the B team today. It doesn't even matter what happens in Alejandro's game, because Pete was able to win in the last round. It could have been pretty sketchy. We had 7.5 going into the last round, but We were barely able to win. And, okay, it looks like Alejandro's probably not going to play. So maybe I'll end the stream there. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next